Hey guys, it's been a while. What I've been doing with my life is a little bit of college stuff, which is just mandatory, and I've been making a team for Pokemon Y. The team's been going good, although it's not completely perfect in EVs and such, but, what can you do, really? But, yeah, the team's going great, and I will be showing a Pokebank OU battle with it. Well, it's a Pokebank version of the team, but I'll tell you what it's composed of later on, I guess. But anyways, got this battle against a guy who I'm keeping anonymous. I'm keeping it anonymous because if he were to see this battle, he'd probably not like it, and yeah, so it was a good battle in my opinion, but I'm just keeping him anonymous. Good stuff. But anyways, looking at the teams, I can see by the Seismitoad and the Ludicolo that he is running a rain team. Volbeat supporting, Rotom Jinx probably abusing, and Seismitoad and Ludicolo looking at like sweepers, and Scolipede to set up spikes. And best Pokemon I have to take on his team is probably going to be my Lickilicky, so keep that alive and I should be okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and let's get the show on the road. So he's leading off with his Rotom fan, and I'm leading off with my Golurk. He goes for an air slash to try to flinch me or something, and I just get up my rocks. And then he follows up with the Rain Dance to have his guys abuse it. He probably could have gone for another air slash before taking the first Ice Punch, but hindsight's 2020. But after I take out his Rotom fan, he sends out his Ludicolo. I do not want anything to take a hit from this thing, so I just fought off my Golurk and go into my Lickilicky. And with a nickname, I regret nothing. And yeah. So anyways, I'm just protecting to try to stall out the rain. And rain boosted and life orb boosted surf is looking like a 3 KO on Lickilicky, which is not bad. And I'm able to wish off the damage and stuff. And here he's going to be predicting my Protect and going into Jinx. And I pretty much know that this Jinx is going to do a Lovely Kiss or something of the sort. So I'm just going to go into my Donatello, my Torkoal as sleep fodder, as it actually tricks away my leftovers and gives me a Scarf. Which is kind of unfortunate, but Donatello doesn't look that needed this match because of rain teams and whatnot. So it was pretty much the best thing to bring in, I guess. So now I'm going out into my Lickilicky to sponge whatever this thing wants to throw at me. Jinx goes for a nice beam. I just fire off a Dragon Tail and face it out. And due to it being weak to Stealth Rock, it will be taking some damage. And that's why I have this Lickilicky on this team. That and Cleric / Wish support. So, I'm just going to try to go for the Wish here, and I attempt to Dragon Tail him out here, but he actually goes for the Encore and locks me in a Wish, so that's going to force me out, and I go into my Skuntank, as he's just going to be going for the U-turn, and get a little bit of Switch Initiative, and off of that he brings in the Seismitoad. And I don't really want my Skuntank taking damage from this thing at all, because I kind of need it for Jinx, so I'm just going to go into my Torkoal as Death Fodder. That crit did not matter at all. That was a physically defensive Torkoal, and it was obviously not needed. So now I'm going to be going into my Jinx to try to go for a Side Shock on this thing. I did get a guaranteed Side Shock on this thing regardless if you got a crit or not, because I do have Focus Sash on that thing. But yeah. The Side Shock pretty much was enough, but yeah, it still kind of forces me to go into my Skuntank and deal with it. Sucker Punch takes it straight out, fortunately. But now he's going to go into his Ludicolo. I go for another Sucker Punch, and with Life Orb damage, he's brought down to 4. And here I kind of feel like he's going to be setting up a Rain Dance here, so I'm gonna kind of predict that and go straight into my Lickilicky, as he does set up the said Rain Dance, and goes for a Giga Drain, but it's going to be in vain, because I'm just going to Dragon Tail that Ludicolo for the kill. So now he's going to be going on to his Jinx, and I'm in a little bit of a predicament here, because he could either go for Psychic, predicting my the Primate switch, or he can just put my Lickilicky to sweep, and I kind of need my Lickilicky, so I predict the Lovely Kiss, and I predict correctly because of Balbor's Vital Spirit ability. And now Volbeat's in. Kind of expected that because Volbeats tend to carry Thunder Wave, so I just U-turned out, go into my Lickilicky, and he actually paralyzes it, which is kind of beneficial for me because Jinx and put me to sleep here. So now Jinx is going to be going for the Sidekick to try to deal some damage. I'm just going to Dragon Tail that straight out, and he's going to be going into a Scolipede. And Scolipede just going to fire off a Mega Horn. And I'm just leaving in Lickilicky as Death Fighter. She did her job. I mean, yeah, don't mean to make any bad puns here, but Miley Cyrus doing some twerk. Yeah, bad pun. But now Scolipede's coming in for one last time, and it misses Mega Horn. Didn't matter. It was unfortunate, but it didn't matter because I could have gone into Balbor or Skunk Tank and gone for either Stone Edge or Sucker Punch, which would have taken the Scorpion down anyway. But after Rock's damage, the Volbeat and the Scolipede will die, and that will be the game. So yeah. And in a few seconds, we'll be going on to the next match, which will be against Pranker Zero. And this is the Pokemon version of the team. And you'll see the current version of the team soon enough, I guess. Maybe when I get a good battle with it and stuff. But anyways, looking at the teams, I'm seeing that Aegislash, and I'm a little bit scared of it. And I also see that quite a bit of his guys are kind of weak to Heatran. But then again, Chestnut can hit it with fire type attacks, I guess. But yeah, pretty much keep my Heatran alive for this battle, and I'm probably going to be okay. So, hope you guys enjoyed this match as well, and let's get into it. So I'm going to be leading off with my Greninja, because it's pretty much the best scout I have of this team, I guess. And he's going to be leading off with this Chestnut. I have Protein on this Greninja, go for Ice Beam, and that thing gets taken straight out in 6-5 early. So he's going to be going to his Aggron, which I pretty much knew was going to be his Mega. And I'm going to be switching out, going into my Landorus Therian, and getting a little bit of Intimidate action off on this. And he goes for the Heavy Slam, and winds up getting a crit, which was scary and definitely mattered. Because I could have used this Landorus for his Aggron and his Tyrantum, and probably even this Talonflame, I guess. So, yeah. But now I'm going to be setting out my Heatran, which is pretty much my Talonflame check on this team. And Sprayford does pretty much jack squat to Heatran because resisted. And he's going to be going out into his Tyrantum. And I just go for the Lava Plume, kind of expecting a switch. And unfortunately, I don't get a burn on this thing, but it's a 30% chance, I guess. And here, I'm just going to try to go into Landorus Therian, trying to Earthquake it, but nope. He just takes me out with a crunch. So, yeah, I'm kind of forced to go out into my Greninja, Ice Beam this thing. Doesn't want anything. He pretty much didn't want anything taking a hit from that thing, so he's just going to fire that one off. And I would U-turn here, but I'm a little bit iffy with this Sylveon, so I'm just going to flat switch into my Heatran here. And the fact that I hard switch there is actually going to be coming into a little bit of play, as you'll see a bit later. But now, I'm just going to try to go for Protect to get some lefties recovery back after he reveals me that he has Hidden Power Ground. So, that's a little scary for me, and I'm just going to be going on to my Gengar to sponge the HP Ground. So, and then try to Mega Evolve and expect a bit of a switch. But it looks like he's Calm Mind 3 attacks as he shows me Shadow Ball here. And I don't want to, and I just want to try to get some damage off on this thing as fast as possible, so I'm just going to go for a Sludge Bomb and just fire off my Mega Gengar, which is kind of unfortunate, as Mega Gengar is a massive, massive threat with Shadow Tag and all. But now I'm going to be going out into my Latios, going for a Psyshock, or wait, this thing might be Scarfed. Not sure, need to check that over. Because this Galvantula specs in. Yeah, I had to switch this thing in because didn't really want to stack my Latios any further. So yeah, Galvantula was pretty much my best bet here. And now after my Galvantula gets taken out, I'm just gonna be going into my Heatran, and Lava Plume is my move of choice. I pretty much knew that I could take it out with Lava Plume and didn't have to fear Sacred Sword and whatnot. Because, yeah, he ran out speeds. Aegislash last time I checked, and yeah. But now, Mega Aggron comes in, I go for the Lava Plume, and he just takes me out with an Earthquake after he takes with 30%. Go on to my Latios, and kill that thing with Surf, and his last Pokemon is Talonflame. So he just Brave Birds there, and just trying to get some chip damage with Surf. I thought it could kill from there, but not really, as it survives with 27%. And my last is Greninja, and regardless, he could take himself out with Brave Bird Recoil. But I wind up living that hit on 4. So, wait, 4%. So that last bit of Life Orb damage, or not using U-turn there, came into play right there. That 4%. If I had U-turned on that Sylveon, it would have been a tie. So yeah, those are some pretty good games. Ranker and the guy I'm keeping anonymous, and I will be bringing some 6th gen content later on. And Ray, comment, sub, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.